Post-race press conference, the 250 division from the Denver Supercross. Huge congratulations to Hunter Lawrence, Michael Mosman, and Christian Craig on the podium. Hunter, good ride. We talked on the podium a little bit. You're starting to stack these things up. I think we have 4 or 5 wins now. I think we've won 4 of the last 5. I'm curious just in the transition you've made or the growth you've made in Supercross. I know we've joked about it. 2020 Salt Lake was new to you. But now you're getting to the point where you're winning races consecutively. I know hard work is the easy answer, but what do you think the real development here has been for you, just on the technical side? Because the Supercross growth has been obvious and visual. So outside of the obvious, what has it really been for you to get that growth and make this become a lot easier for you?
Yeah, I think obviously I consider myself a pretty technical rider, so I think it wasn't like if I could. I knew I could. I just had to figure things out. One of the big things was obviously my body just getting healthy. You know, I think I'm safe to say I'm at 100% now, and I'm able to do on the bike for the duration that I want to, and my body can, you know, sustain that. So that's a huge helping hand to be able to do what your mind wants your body to do. So yeah, that, and like honestly just getting more laps. Like it's my 2nd season, and you know I'm still not stocked up on laps like some of the guys. So I'm just, you know, more laps, you just get better and better, you know. Obviously the little mistakes and stuff like that get eliminated. So it's just kind of, yeah, just more time, I think.
Looking good, dude. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, thanks, Jason from RacerX. For you, Christian, what's the situation like when you're there in second? I know the track is slippery, so you can't be aggressive just because of that. But at the same time, are you a little less aggressive than you would be if you weren't thinking about points and trying to be safe? Had to be a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, a lot going through my mind when I have him, you know, right in front of me. I could have played it safe, or I could have made the pass for the championship. But yeah, I got caught off guard with there was a little rock on that lip, and man, it caught me off guard. Next thing I know, I was on the ground. So that one freaked me out a little bit. I just rushed and got up as fast as I can. But before that, man, I felt really good. I was clicking off the laps. I had a couple open opportunities where I could have put my front wheel in there. But I feel like if I'd done that, he would have came back probably harder. And so I got to expect that, and that's fine. That's racing in the position he's in. So yeah, I played it safe until obviously I crashed, and then after that I was like, all right, let's try to catch back up and get on the podium at least and minimize the damage.
Michael Antonovich.
This one's for Hunter. To follow up Christian's question, you got right to where you wanted to be. He was right behind you. You were probably baiting him like, come on, test me and let's see what's going to happen. How soon did you know that he wasn't there, and then where did your mind go after the race after that? Just pull away and see what goes on?
Yeah, it was honestly like the next corner, because that Yamaha is pretty loud. You know, it's a very distinctive noise, and I didn't hear it. And I was like, and the crowd obviously, you know, was a bit of a giveaway. And I'm like, okay, either something happened behind us, and then kind of you see in your peripheral. I was like, oh, okay, I guess he went down. So, and then it was just, you know, focus on myself, just click off consistent laps. And yeah, there's nothing I can do for, you know, championship hopes at that point. It's just wherever he gets back to is wherever, and you know I just got to focus and win the thing now that I've, you know, got a bit of a breather, so just don't fumble that up.
Okay. You guys are tied even on the wins this year, 4 each. You know, you take out Anaheim 3 and who knows where we're at, but going into this last one, it's probably whatever happens. What do you think about this week?
Not much, honestly. I mean, I think what's the points gap? 18 points now. So, I mean, as far as he's concerned, he's got a pretty safe race, really. I mean, I'm just going out to try and win and hopefully make it 5 wins this season, and that's all I can do, really. I mean, the chances of him getting less than, you know, 18 points or whatever, not 19 points, it's pretty unlikely. So, yeah, just focus on myself and ride a bit outdoors, one more day of Supercross, and enjoy the last day of Supercross training for the year.
Jamie with Moto X Pod.
Let's stick with Hunter on this one. You are not one to make excuses, but coming into the beginning of the season, you were not expecting to race West Coast. Do you feel like that played any role really at the beginning? Maybe a little slow start, or I know you don't like to make these excuses, but I want to see what you really think.
No, not at all. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I didn't win the championship because I was surprised to race the coast. I came in ready, and I was there and stuff. We podiumed all the races. I think it's only natural that you're going to get a little better throughout the season. So yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say that's got anything to do with it. Obviously, maybe a bit of bike setup. We changed a bit of suspension stuff, and I'm really happy with the bike now. So maybe you could say that would have helped. But again, I mean, I was giving my 100% at all the first rounds as well. So no, not really.
Okay, thanks.
Michael Lindsay.
This question's for Christian Craig. Christian, after the crash entering the sand section, once you got up, were you as much of a points gap as you had? Were you personally able to stay calm, or does the heart rate spike a little bit? Did you get a little antsy, particularly when you got to Shimoda, or did you feel like you stayed fairly level-headed?
I'd say a little bit of everything. Like when I got my bike up, I knew what place I was in. I sensed it, and I freaked out at that point. I want to minimize that gap as much as possible. So made some couple quick passes, got in the top 5, and then I had those other 2 in front of me, and then I saw these 2. I'm not actually too far in front. So after that, I did calm down and then just rode my laps. I knew I was faster than Jalik, I think it was, and then Joe. I knew it was going to be tough to pass Joe, and gave me a little headache. Not a headache, but a little bump back after I passed him on the whoops and almost pushed me off the track. But we're going for a podium position, so got to respect it, and was able to get by and pass for 3rd. And, man, I mean, I can't be too bummed at that, coming from a fall to 7th and then back to 3rd. So did what I can with, what I was dealt.
Hey, from our perspective, or just the view at least I had, the pass on Joe in the whoops, because of the angle you had coming across the whoops, it looked pretty close from our perspective. Your rear tire to his front tire. Did you notice that in the moment? Did you catch that? Like, oh man, he's right there. You guys almost met at the end.
Yeah, I did see that, but the lap before when I did pass him, like he knew that I was doing that. So I think I probably had a half a bike on him, and I slowly started going to my inside line that I was doing every lap, and he checked up, and the rest was that. But I had to kind of make an aggressive pass to make it stick, because obviously the lap before he pushed me off, got me close to the bales. But not going to complain. It's just it's racing, and man, I'm happy to be here, and got another race to go, so excited.
I got one for Michael. A few years back when we were here, at least from my perspective, breakout ride for you in the heat race. What's it like coming back here to a place that you had a ride like that, and then being on the podium, having a great day? I know the environment's a little bit different with the times and everything, but what did it feel like to come back here after, having that breakout ride here that everyone felt was kind of like your launch?
Yeah, for sure. I have a lot of good memories around this place, and and Thunder Valley as well. 2 tracks that I think I do well at. I think I excel at elevation when the bikes are a little bit slower, because I don't always use all of my power, and so when everyone else is down on power, I still have some left in my bike to give. So coming back here, it always feels good. It always feels good to come to a place you've had success, and you definitely drawing on some of that experience and remembering, one of those track conditions, and, kind of anticipating what it's going to be like throughout the day. And, so it was always good. Happy to end up on the podium. Wish I could have challenged for the win. There was some points where I definitely thought I could have, but just tricky lappers, different things. But no excuses, right?
Brad Gephardt.
Thanks, Daniel. Brad Gephardt, Big MX Radio. Let's go back to Mosman here. What are we going to do about pushing the front here, man? You're giving me flashbacks to Martin Davalos like every weekend.
What are you talking about?
Just as far as like pushing the front end in the corners and stuff like that. Like,
I don't recall.
How do we clean that up?
I don't recall. I'm not going to build on it. Let's put it that way. So I'm.
Fair enough. Okay.
If I just continue to rehearse that, then what's going to, continue to run that through my head, what's going to be more likely to happen. You look at the rock, you're going to hit the rock. So I'm going to look at, the 20 other times that I nailed that corner and remember those things, and learn as much as I can, but I'm not going to dwell on it.
Fair enough. And what needs to happen from this time next year, you're challenging for this championship and being a little bit closer?
You know what? I think this year's been building, and I think this year I've learned a ton. And just being there from the beginning, and kind of letting my confidence grow. I'm learning a little bit in the whoops. I think there's a hair. Obviously, Christian is just unbelievable in the whoops, and a lot of guys, if you're legit in the whoops, you got a dang good shot at the championship. And so there's a few things that I'm trying to learn and trying to pick up even this late into the season, trying to mess with and tweak. Looking, so I think there's some room for growth there, and then just consistency. A lot of things are growing. I've built and improved every single year that I've raced, and I think there's no reason we won't see more of that trend just because of my mentality.
Solid. Good ride, bud. Thanks.
Justin Schuler.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. Hunter, quick question on the showdown. You won the last time we were having the showdown, so how are you feeling going 2 for 2 this year and giving yourself that better shot at the championship?
Yeah, you said it. Obviously, it's the best chance to give myself the best hopes for the championship. So I'm just, love to get another win, make it 5 for the season. But that's kind of all there is to it, to be honest.
Is it tough riding against guys that you don't usually do week by week? Like with Craig and all the others that you're usually against. Is it tougher mentally, physically against other guys like that?
I wouldn't say, because we race them all year through the summer, in outdoors. So you kind of know everyone's riding behavior and stuff, when to give guys room, and you have to force the issue with some guys in a spot where they can't retaliate. So I wouldn't say it's harder. It's just obviously more, better guys. So it's just kind of like outdoors.
Aaron Hansel.
Aaron Hansel, Racer X. This one goes back to Hunter. At the risk of being a little repetitive here, you've been riding very well the last few races. Part of me is a little curious do you have a little bit of extra motivation? Obviously Christian's been doing very well. He's been getting a lot of attention this season, rightfully so. But is there a small part of you that is wanting to kind of remind everybody, hey, if not for that crash earlier in the season, this championship might look a little different?
No, not really. I just want to win. It's got nothing to do with what the people think. I could care less. I just want to go out and win. All I care about is my crew and my team and my family. So I'm doing it for myself out there. Everyone that puts into it, ask anyone on the grid, they say the same thing. You're out there for yourself. You're not trying to do it to get more Instagram followers or get more views or whatever. It's none of that even matters. So.
Nick with Moto Limited.
Thanks, DB. Yeah, let's go to Christian Craig. Christian, reflections on the season up to this point. Something in the whole season just looks different for you. Is it appreciation for what we have and what you have here with the team and where you are? Or is it just trying to soak up the last year in 250s? What is it?
Kind of point on everything. It's just preparation, letting myself do what I do during the week, which is, you ask a lot of riders, it's hard to do that on race day. So, to start off and winning A1, that was huge for me, and that kind of set the tone for the season, I would say, is it gave me confidence to keep it going. And then obviously I've been on the podium every round, and that's been my goal. Being teammates with Colt last year and Justin, Colt podiumed every round, and he was super consistent, and so that was one thing I really wanted to do. I know we have another round left, but learning from Colt, from Justin, from even Eli, I learn a lot, and I'm trying to kind of mimic that and bring it to my own type of riding, be consistent, but also, that flash of speed that I do show. So it's been fun, man. I've been enjoying it, and it's been fun battling with these guys, and I'm looking forward to the next chapter, 450s next year.
Thanks, Christian. Cheers.
Revista Moto.
Hey, thank you, Daniel. Hey, Christian, you're on the verge of being a champion. Do you look back at your journey to get here, and you were once a construction worker where you necessarily have a future in Supercross or motocross? Does that make it even more special if you win the championship for you?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, I've said that quite a bit my story, but it's just been a long road. So Man, I'm just living in the moment. You know, I'm not thinking about the past, the future. It's all about, it was about today and having a good result, and then it's moving on to Salt Lake. So, man, I mean, I don't like to talk about the championship. I just want to go out there and ride like I know how to and let the rest unfold. Hunter's been riding good, and I was able to challenge him for a few laps, and we learned from it and move on. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this last round, and also to bring the confidence I have this Supercross series to outdoors. I think I can be good on that 450 on outdoors.
Great, thank you.
Last question, Jamie with Moto X Pod.
Go to Mosman. Hey, man, so a few weeks till outdoors start. Have you started testing for outdoors, and what are your expectations and goals coming off the Supercross season once we get outdoors in the heat?
Goals are high. Goals are very high. I feel super good outdoors. I've been doing a lot of riding outdoors and super happy with my bike. We made 0 changes from last year. At the end of last year, I was really good. We made 0 for a long time, and then they gave me a new fork, and it's like the dream fork, you know, when just the lap times just drop, and it's like sick. So I'm really excited. My fitness level is like strong. So I'm really excited, honestly, just for a blank slate. You know, it's tough to go race every weekend when the championship is, you know, so far out of grasp. And just looking forward to that, you know, looking forward to a reset. And I think I have a lot to bring to outdoors, and I'm excited.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Congratulations, all you guys getting on the podium again.
Thank you.
Friday at noon in Salt Lake City, we'll have a pre-race press conference for the 450 and 250 division. It's going to be a big one, guys. So we'll see you there. And congratulations on today. We'll see you guys in Salt Lake City. Thanks.
Thanks.